Well, earlier I spoke to the new Finance Minister and I began by asking him about the pace of the recovery.
Well, look, I think there have been many encouraging signs over the last number of weeks that we are at least heading in the right direction. We've seen unemployment fall and we're down to 6.9%, well below the UK average. We're seeing business activity across all sectors not only increase but accelerate over two months. And all of those indicators, which have been very, very bad over the last 6 years, are now all starting to move in the right direction, and that would indicate that our economy is improving and is moving towards recovery. But that doesn't mean that we're through all of the bad news. I think there will be stumbles on the road. I think there will be difficult times ahead still for some sectors and for some companies. I think we will sort of see ourselves taking 2 steps forward and maybe a step back. But I hope that, you know, in a year's time or 18 months' time, we'll look back at this period as being the start of the recovery in Northern Ireland.
There's a feeling among companies, perhaps understandably from the bank's point of view, there's a bit of a reluctance to lend. Banks badly burned. What do you say to that?
Well, look, we need our banks in Northern Ireland to do the job that they should be doing, which is to lend to businesses where businesses are coming into them with viable propositions, with good prospects for and seizing opportunities in growing markets around the world. We want to see our banks, and we need our banks to be lending money to those companies so that they can grow, so that they can expand, so that they can create jobs in Northern Ireland. And, you know, and as we head towards recovery in the economy in Northern Ireland, I think the biggest threat to that recovery is a lack of finance for our companies so that they can expand and grow. And I've been working very, very closely with colleagues in the executive, and I've been in London today talking to the Secretary of State and also talking to the British Bankers Association about how we can look at some of those initiatives that have been in place across the water, which have worked across the water but haven't been tailored for Northern Ireland and the very particular banking sector that we have and the very particular banking problems that we have in Northern Ireland. Because I want to see that credit, which I believe is there, going to companies who desperately need it so that they can grow, so that they can expand, and so they can create employment in Northern Ireland.
Well, that particular banking sector that we have, you know, we have this odd mix, Dublin-based banks, London-based banks. You really need the cooperation of both governments to make this work. Is that realistic? Well,
you know, absolutely. The problem in Northern Ireland is that we have this unique banking sector. You know, we have no power or authority at Stormont ourselves to go in and say this is what you should be doing in banks. We do need the cooperation of our government in Westminster and of the government in the Irish Republic. I met with the Finance Minister in Dublin last week, and he is very understanding of the problems that we have and is keen to do what is possible from his perspective to assist the Irish-owned banks to do the job that we need them to do in Northern Ireland. And I very much welcome the engagement that we have now had from our government in London.
So that was Simon Hamilton speaking with me earlier, and I'm going to bring you more of that interview tomorrow night.